I've been thinking about sometimes when I was growing up lately. And I remember when I was in grade school. And I grew up in Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin. And we lived on the West Hill on Willow Street. I have a younger sister, two younger sisters, but when I was in early grade school, only the one younger sister, Leah, who's 2 years younger than I am. And about a block away from us, there was a family, the Goodens. And Ed and John were twins, our twins, my age. They're a couple months younger than I am, and we were in the same grade. Didn't go to the same school, but we were in the same grade. They had, at the time, just two younger sisters, Karen, who I think was just a year younger, and Elaine, who was a couple years younger than that. Next door to us was the Hub family, and three boys. The oldest was Brad, and he was the same age as my sister Leah. And then he had two younger brothers, Tom and Scott. And I think they were a year and 2 years younger than Brad was. Across the street, we had the Maitland family. And as I recall, and at the time, all girls. At some time when we were in grade school, they moved out to the lake, and then the Bogans moved in. And Wade was same age as Leah and Brad, and he had a younger brother, Toby, who was a couple of years younger. So within like a half a football field, you've got this whole pack of 8, 10, a dozen kids at any given time. And during the summers, our families would eat at different times, and some of us had different responsibilities with cleaning up supper and other chores and things like that. But it got to be 6:30 or 7 o'clock in the evening during the summer, and all of our moms would kick us all out of the house. It's like, okay, just get out of here, whatever. Come home when the street lights come on, okay? Which, of course, we never did. But our parents were pretty liberal about that, too, because, they could look out the window and they could see where we were. So, it was only when we got a little bit older and were out of sight when we were doing this. So, anyway, we would, it would be common for us to just all get together and play. And a lot of the time we would play some version of tag, statues or something like that, right? Okay, so we'd be playing tag. Well, at the time when I was, 8 or 9 years old or so, I went through a growth spurt, one of several in my life. And it kind of set up my life for me, because it was a point when my body was growing faster than my coordination. And I tell you, from a physical standpoint, it's like I couldn't do anything right. Sports, just forget it. Which was a shame, because I really liked playing sports. I liked football especially. I still love football. And I like playing baseball, and I like playing basketball, but I wasn't good at any of them, okay? Like I said, my coordination caught up with my body in my early to mid-20s, which, well, didn't help me when I was a kid. So we'd be playing tag, and I think all of each one of the kids went through this at some point or another. But I remember my own experience in doing this. So we'd be playing tag, and I was at this just really physically terrible, awkward stage. Couldn't change direction. You know, we'd be running around. I couldn't change direction without tripping. I just couldn't. The younger kids, especially, they were all quicker than I was, and all the kids were faster. And I just had a heck of a time when I was it. And there would be some times, you know, it was, you know, it was like, you know, jungle cats or cheetahs or something like that, you know, chasing the antelope. You know, if you got lucky enough that somebody tripped, you'd pounce on them. Okay. Most of the time, though, it was me tripping. I'm it, and I'm trying to catch people, and I can't catch anybody. So I would have to, in times like that, there would be times I'd have to just stop. I'd have to stop and, you know, put my hands on my knees, is just stop and catch my breath. And invariably, somebody would come up, stick their hand out, and I'd slap it, and then they'd be it. And so they'd start running around, and it was kind of like an unwritten rule that, you know, if somebody was it and they got tired and you know you took over for them, you didn't just go it, and you know you made sure to stay away from them for a little while, let them catch their breath and such. Okay. I realized as I've gotten older that I've taken away what I think are 3 life lessons from playing tag when I was a kid. The first one is that I love to play. I love to play. I'm still. I love playing games. I love playing games with you know, people my age, with my kids, with my grandson. It's just fun. It's just fun to just play, and it was nice that I've been able to you know, carry that through into adulthood. It's not that I don't play to win, but you know, I'm perfectly capable of measuring the different situations that I'm in, and you know, being serious or you know, just playing for fun. So I like that I can just play. I've also realized that throughout my life, and to a degree, even now, I can expend an awful lot of energy chasing people who don't want to be caught. And I relate that to tag, but it isn't. It's just people. In my life, I have chased money. I have chased success. I have chased relationships. I've chased you know, love. I have chased just a lot of things that I thought would make me happier. And sometimes I've been successful in catching those things, and I feel fortunate in that respect. But there are other times when you know, I've absolutely exhausted myself just chasing something that I wasn't going to catch. It didn't want to be caught, and I wasn't going to catch it. And you know, I realize how I do that, and I don't think that's uncommon. I think a lot of people do. But it's just funny how that you know, that I can still do that sometimes. I think I catch myself earlier than I used to, but I had that. And the third thing is that there are times when I am exhausted, when I'm fatigued, I'm drained. I don't have any more in me. And figuratively, somebody will come and stick their hand out, and I can slap their hand, and it's like they're saying, hey, you've done what you can, you know, catch your breath, take it easy. I'll take things from here for a while. And I am so appreciative of the family and friends that I have that do that. Now, I don't make it easy for them. You know, when we're kids and we're playing tag, it's easy to see when someone's tired. It's easy to do that. And I know with a number of decades under my belt now, past that childhood point, I've gotten really good at hiding that from others. I've gotten very good at not letting people know that I'm at the end of my rope, that I don't have any more to give, that I just can't do anymore. And I guess that's something that I'm still working on and will probably continue to work on for the rest of my life. I'm not very good at letting people know that, but I am so blessed that when I do let my shield down, or when I have people in my life who are aware of that and do stick out that hand, um, that's such a blessing. It's you know, it brings me back to the present. It brings me back to the moment, and um, you know, just gives me that extra that second wind to keep going again. Um, I sure didn't realize when I was playing tag that I was still going to be experiencing those aspects of tag, you know, 50 years later. Yes, 50 years later. Um, but I sure hope those other people have those experiences as well, you know, because now we're you know that group of people, we're all older now. You know, we've got kids of our own, we've got grandkids, and um, I sure hope that everybody has been able to retain that Willow Street kid within them still, um, because I have, and I can't imagine that ever leaving me. And that's um, I don't know. That's it's a wonderful thing to carry through a life. Um, so that's my sharing for today, and thanks a lot for watching.